Hello, this video is for vignettes 33 and vignette 34 for the house on Mango Street. Remember that this is part of your first week of working online. All of this work is due on Friday before 3:40 p.m. Again, you can submit your information online through paper and pencil on Edsby, or you can use a Word document or a notes in your phone to update that as well if you would rather go digital with your responses and not have to write them down. So this is going to go ahead and be vignette number 33. The title is Minerva Writes Poems. Minerva is only a little bit older than me, but already she has 2 kids and a husband who left. Her mother raised her kids alone, and it looks like her daughters will go that way too. Minerva cries because her luck is unlucky, every night and every day, and prays. But when the kids are asleep after she's fed them their pancake dinner, she writes poems on little pieces of paper that she folds over and over and holds in her hands a long time, like pieces of paper that smell like a dime. She lets me read her poems. I let her read mine. She's always sad, like a house on fire, always something wrong. She has many troubles, but the big one is her husband, who left and keeps leaving. One day she is through and lets him know enough is enough. Out the door he goes, clothes, records, shoes, out the window and the door locked. But that night he comes back and sends a big rock through the window. Then he is sorry and she opens the door again. Same story. Next week she comes over black and blue and asks, what can she do? Minerva, I don't know which way she'll go. There is nothing I can do. So don't forget that vignette for your reading response chart includes a vignette title, which is Minerva Writes Poem, a vignette number. Make sure you include the characters, the setting, plot summary, connections, and then your reflection questions are here. So reflection questions for vignette 33, make sure you are answering these questions in complete sentences and using evidence from the vignette when necessary. Okay, number 1. What are some things that make Minerva sad? Number 2, describe Minerva's relationship with her husband. Number 3, why does Esperanza feel helpless to assist Minerva? I would go ahead and pause this video now so you can finish these questions, and when you are ready, there is a double entry journal for vignette 33. So here is your double entry journal prompt. Remember, please list the page number and the vignette title with your evidence. So any evidence you're using from the novella to help support your answer needs to be cited. Remember that a double entry journal is like a T-chart. On the left side, you will put your evidence pulled from the novella with the page number and vignette title. And then on the right side, you will write your own commentary, what you think the answer to this question is, and you are writing your answers in complete sentences, okay? Your prompt is, why do you think Minerva threw her husband out of the apartment? Why do you think she took him back? Do you think she had another choice? So I would pause here until you were ready to read vignette number 34, which I am going to start now. So vignette number 34 is called Bums in the Attic. I want a house on a hill like the ones with the gardens where Papa works. We go on Sundays, Papa's day off. I used to go. I don't go anymore. You don't like to go out with us? Papa says. Getting too old? Getting too stuck up, says Ninny. I don't tell them I am ashamed, all of us staring out the window like the hungry. I am tired of looking at what we can't have. When we win the lottery, Mama begins, and then I stop listening. People who live on hills sleep so close to the stars. They forget those of us who live too much on earth. They don't look down at all, except to be content to live on hills. The word content here means happy, like you're cool with what's going on. They have nothing to do with last week's garbage or fear of rats. Night comes, nothing wakes them but the wind. One day I'll own my own house, but I won't forget who I am or where I come from. Passing bums will ask, "Can I come in?" I'll offer them the attic. Ask them to stay, because I know how it is to be without a house. Some days after dinner, guests and I will sit in front of a fire. Floorboards will squeak upstairs. The attic will grumble. "Rats?" they'll ask. "Bums," I'll say, and I'll be happy. So here are your questions for vignette number 34. Remember, for this response chart, you need to include the vignette title, the vignette number, character setting, plot summary, and then, of course, your connections, whether you're making a connection to yourself, a connection to the world, or a connection to another text or something you've seen. Remember, a connection to a text can be something you've read, a picture, a painting, a movie. 4 questions here. What does Esperanza's father do for a living? What does the family do together on Sundays, and why does Esperanza stop going? What does Esperanza hope to do with her home in the future? How does Esperanza's attitude about her dream home change from the first vignette? So you'll have to go back to vignette number 1 using that PDF I posted on our Edsby page to compare her attitude in vignette number 1 to the attitude in vignette number 34 when it comes to her dream home. Make sure you are using text evidence to support your answers. So I will go ahead and pause this video here until you are ready for your double entry journal for vignette number 34. So your double entry journal here is: many people want to help the homeless but feel afraid or powerless to do so. What are some simple ways people can help the homeless in their communities? So right now we are going through a time when a lot of people need help right now to get through this pandemic. A lot of us are fortunate enough to have a place to hide out. We can stay with somebody or be in our own homes or apartments and stay away from people who are sick. But imagine if you were homeless right now or living on the streets. How would you protect yourself from what's happening right now? So I think this is a really good question and is very prevalent to the life we are living right now. Make sure when you use your double entry, you're using the T-chart. Evidence from the novella goes on the left-hand side to support your answer. Your commentary will go on the right-hand side. That is all for this video. I will post also vignettes 35 and 36 now, and then all of this work up through vignette 36 is due on Friday before the end of the school day at 3:40 p.m.